Have any of y'all watched any of his movies?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
saw
Did you see Straw?
what's it called? Yeah, just the
You
other
saw
day.
Straw.
I
Okay.
just saw I just saw Straw maybe 2 days ago.
Okay. All right. So great. We're all in lockstep. I saw it last night. What do you think about the narrative that the whole Tyler Perry production is always detrimental to black women? Like, cause that's the thing. I saw it yesterday, and it was just like, I'm a single black mother. Taraji was amazing though. Her acting was amazing in the movie. I thought she was really good.
Everybody else sucks.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Everybody else sucks.
Yeah. I love me
And
Tiana Taylor.
no, I do
As a
not.
yeah.
mom,
I do not.
but I can't as a singer. I mean, she was good at her other movie that she was in. I forgot the name of it, where she was
Yo,
a
she
mother.
was
But this,
killing me.
I wasn't. It was very monotone. That's not the point of what we're talking about.
Right,
But
right,
yeah,
right.
but yes, Taraji killed it. She was fantastic. Very believable. Really great acting. I mean,
But what's your point of
kisses,
view?
kisses, stars, stars.
What's your point of view on the term? Like, this is the only type of content that he makes as far as movies are concerned. Like, it's always some like downtrodden black woman. Either her husband is down low, or is hurting her in some type of way, or it's always like, something's wrong with the black man. We got issues, and we're affecting our black women. And it's like, bro, can we write a different script? I will say he does have. What was the movie that I like that he made? Oh man, The Family That Prays. I like that movie. I don't know if you ever saw that movie, but specifically with this movie, Straw. It's like, can we see something better, bro? Can we write a better script? Zay, what did you think about the movie?
I thought the script was actually really good. I just didn't like any of the acting. The only person who killed it
Was
was
Taraji?
Taraji. Everybody else was so they all Taraji's shine because for me, Taraji's an A-list actor.
100%.
And everybody was like a Z. Everybody else, yo, it was bad. It was
I think the
bad.
people in the bank wasn't that bad. The people in the bank, everybody outside
All
the
right,
bank
all right,
was not given.
so maybe the two cashiers and the bank manager, okay, okay, but everybody else sucked.
I just feel like I think.
And then maybe the old man, her boss at the supermarket,
Oh my
because I love
god.
him. I
Okay,
love
yeah.
Nah,
him.
that was OD. Like that
You say you
was.
love
But he
him?
was he was a little bit he was
Oh
I
god.
love him as an actor, but he was a little bit OD on his acting too.
Not even just no. It's not the act. It was the character which he wrote. It's like I don't know any boss who does that or talks to their employee like that. Not saying that they aren't dickhead bosses, but it was just like you wrote this character way. It just seems like black men are always the negative figure in all his movies, all his TV shows. Like it's like, and that's been what's going on online and social media. It's like, can we get a different story? Why is it always got to be the black woman's struggle? And
Mm.
this is how the black man has put her in that same struggle.
Oh, I was watching a an interview with him, and they asked him the same question. He goes, "Listen, I'm writing movies that people can ID with,
That's
right?
not.
And this is across the board, right? Um, I'm just writing movies and producing movies and making movies that people can relate to.
That, but all right,
And
not every black family is like that though.
not every black family is like that. But what would you consider the percentage? Why is there a
Oh
running
my
joke? What
god.
is there? What is the? Why is there such a running joke that black fathers are never
Say,
present?
don't do this, man.
But I'm saying though, it's it. I'm not. I'm not
I
saying
don't
nothing.
agree.
I'm not saying that is a reality. I'm a reality, but it is a reality that's how people think.
That's a reality in every culture, every race, bro. There are deadbeats in every faction of this country. The idea that it primarily happens in our group is nonsense, bro. There are plenty of great dads who are involved with their family. Plenty
I
of them.
understand. I'm
There
not
are
saying that that's
deadbeats. Hold
not the
on.
truth.
There are deadbeats in the Italian families. There are deadbeats in Irish families. There are drunks. There are addicts in all walks of life. But for whatever reason, Tyler Perry only thinks it happens in our community, and it doesn't.
Well, Tyler Perry makes, predominantly black film with black actors, so he's going to talk about the black experience.
But there's more than
I
one
don't think
story, is what I'm
you
saying.
absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I would say it's difficult because I'm like kind of like in the middle of both of these,
Mm-hmm.
opinions. I think that yes, he is representing an underrepresented group within his community, which is the folks that deal with poverty, who deal with raising children by themselves, who constantly have, somebody on their back and that snap, right? Like that have like serious, deep rooted traumas, right? And so I also think that the conversation is regarding mental health because we all saw, and for anybody who hasn't seen the movie, I'm not going to spoil it,
Right.
but we all saw what happened at the
Yeah.
end,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
right? So we're talking about also the conversation of mental illness in the Black community and not being understood, and how to support your fellow folk while they're going through something so traumatic. So do I think that he was trying to shed light on something? Do I think that he was trying to narrate just a story that is possible and does occur in the community? Yes. Do I think that when you look at his all of his films as a collective, do you think that it's diverse enough to express all of the different stories that you find in the community? I would say no.
Right.
He's very selective on the stories that he does choose to portray, and he knows that it's going to garner attention and that's going to be a box office hit,
So let me ask you a
right? And
question.
with that, you know,
Let me ask you a question. Wouldn't you be frustrated if every movie that had Hispanic representation was based on, let's say, Latinos and gangs dealing with immigration and trauma in the home? Wouldn't you be frustrated with that? I say that. Wouldn't you be okay if I came to you and said, "Well, that's the Hispanic life." Like I
But
don't, I
that,
could,
but
I
that's,
could.
but that's what we hear. See, that's the thing, though. I'm not saying that that is a reality. I'm just saying that that's how we're portrayed in the media, and that's the reason why people keep on doing shit like that. I mean, he's feeding the beast. That's really
That's
what
what,
he
and
is
that's what I
doing.
have a
mhm.
problem with, right?
You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's what I have a
He's
problem with.
feeding the beast. He's feeding the animal that makes us look like fucking deadbeat dads, fucking irresponsible parents. Blah, blah, blah.
Right,
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
right.
But do I understand why he does it as far as wanting to sell and you know what I mean? All that other stuff? He's
So,
just feeding the beast,
all right. So
bro.
let me ask you a
I mean,
question.
let's be honest.
Go ahead.
If Tyler were to drop a heartwarming family movie, holiday movie, you think everybody's gonna run to that? I
Yeah.
mean, maybe like
Yes.
a Medea movie. It's funny,
Nah.
it's comical. No, he said no,
Nah.
but you know what I'm trying.
Not Medea.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like if you were to represent this healthy dynamic, and it's supposed to be like this rom com movie.
Best.
Is it gonna hit? Is it gonna hit as much as Straw?
Yeah, the Best Man Holiday did very well. Best Man Holiday did
Okay,
very well.
fair.
I mean, and then there's yeah, this Christmas did very well. I mean, and I think that's the most disappointing part is that we've seen examples of African American families or just black families or that aren't poor and aren't in a single parent movie. I mean, single parent family. Like we've seen the nuclear family with black representation, and we've come out and represented. I think we've gotten to the point where we're just like, yo, just give us good shit that tell different stories, bro. Tell us different stories. I like like series like Atlanta. I don't know if you've ever watched Atlanta.
Love it.
I
Hmm.
love Atlanta. I still watch it to this like I have it on repeat. One of the reasons it was people had this idea it was going to be a cliche story about a rapper in Atlanta and his but it was totally different. The story was told in a different slant. And I think that's why it resonated with so many people. I think sometimes people like Tyler Perry like to feed into thinking that we're not smart enough to appreciate other stories in our communities. Like every movie has to be precious. You feel me? Like And I mean, maybe we are to blame with for that. Maybe the audience has to bear some responsibility for that. I get that, but man, like Ryan Coogler is a. We saw. Have you guys seen Sinners?
Oh no.
Uh, I didn't finish it. I actually didn't finish the movie.
That is a great example of telling a story, a black story, without having to demean us in any way, and still be social. I'm not gonna ruin it for you, so. But it's just tell our stories in a different slant, bro. Not every and that not to say I was disappointed what you were saying, Zay, but like you said, like sometimes it gets fed that one of my pet peeves is I hate the jokes about black fathers.